What is up? I'm gonna try recording with both AirPods and see if that helps my audio a little bit. If you hear any background noise, I am sorry. It is what it is. I live in an apartment, so it's struggle bus all the way. So if you hear some sounds, you just hear some sounds. Okay? Your girl actually took some notes. What? An organized YouTube video? Who am I? Have I grown up? So I have previously said that during the weekdays, I'm going to try to have video up every day or every other day. Today's actually Monday evening, so I figured why not record and then I can post it tomorrow. So I'm on track. If my husband's up to it, I may see if he wants to record our reactions live while watching 90 Day or 90 Day the Other Way or something like that. And I may work on editing that this week and putting that out there. Because I did say I was going to try and record videos a little differently and see if like maybe reactions were my thing. So far for a lot of stuff, just talking off the cuff works way better for me. But anywho, wait, give me a second. We just chilling, so. Yes, this is a vape. Dope pen. I love this battery cartridge. It's like, it's called Spinner. The battery makes sure you get anything out of your cartridge that you need. Yes. So, I'm a little bit more awake because I'm not recording at 5 a.m. in the morning. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so I watched the Red Table Talk and I had to log into Facebook, which I kind of don't like Facebook. I feel like a part of my soul dies every time I get on Facebook. I swear, Facebook is a weird energy. I'm telling you. But I decided to like log on and watch Red Table Talk because the topic was, should white people adopt black kids? And I was like, I'm down for this. I'm down for this. How do I feel about it? I don't even know. I think, should every white person adopt black kids? No. Should every black person adopt kids? Or white or black? No. If a white person is in the right space and in the right understanding that when you adopt this black child, you're not just adopting a child. You're adopting a child that is going to come with a lot of different circumstances that you're going to have to be willing to be resilient through, and also be very understanding to the fact that you're not going to go and understand everything that your child says because you can't possibly understand where they're coming from. Does that make any sense? I think that's how I feel. I think if the right person wants to adopt a kid and it's not the same race as the child, I think it's fine. If the right person. And I think there's so many different nuances that comes into that. For me personally, I appreciate it more with how I'm told that you have a child of another race in your accompaniment family, however you want to say it. One of my best friends, she has 2 black brothers. A family that my husband was really close to growing up, they adopted a black daughter. And then there's some people at school that I've grown up with who've had white parents. And so it's been around my life a little bit. And it's always very interesting to see the different dynamics and see how differently the kids turn out in a sense. My best friend, I don't know her brothers at all. So I don't know how they turned out. But as far as like my husband's family that he kind of like got involved with, that they're white and they have a black daughter in their family. Just very interesting to see and she's my age. So it's very interesting to see just kind of like how she grew up or whatever. So I don't know. I definitely just think it takes the right person. And you have to really just understand the brevity of what you are doing before you do it. And I don't think that everybody in the first place needs to adopt. Now, adoption needs to be talked about a lot more, but I don't think everybody in this world needs to be adopting kids, okay? Some of us don't need to be taking nobody's baby into their house, not even their own. But let's get into the episode. So, it was Kristen Davis. I don't know her, but she looks very familiar. Kristen Davis, mom, Jada Pinkett Smith, mom, and Jada Pinkett Smith. First of all, let me tell you something. Jada Pinkett Smith look banging. Skin where? Like, wow, Jada just looked so gorgeous. That head wrap on her and everything, perfect. I did look a little bit up on Kristen. My backdrop is sticking to me. I did look up Kristen Davis. She adopted 2 black kids, 1 girl, 1 boy. She's known for Melrose Place and playing Charlotte on Sex and the City. 2 shows I never watched. I think 90210 was a spinoff of Melrose Place, or maybe Melrose Place came from 90210. Not sure the order, but I have watched the new 90210. I have not watched the old school 90210. So you can already tell Mama, Jada Pinkett Smith Mama, was kind of like, I don't know about this. I'm still not really down with it. And Kristen Davis, she's very interesting. Like, she just came off very white woman. But she has an innocence to her type of a thing. Like, she definitely feels like a typical white woman. Like, she may not believe in vaccinations. She probably does believe in vaccinations, but she feels like, I don't believe vaccinations, and we don't do deodorant because it's all non-GMO and cholesterol free. I don't know. Like, that's just the vibe she gives off to me. Like, she feels very Brooklyn, gentrified Brooklyn. I only shop and get fresh eggs straight from the chicken's butt type woman. Like, that's just the vibe that I get from her. But she seems nice, and she seems like she learned, but I don't think she completely understood what she was taking on when she took on having a black daughter. She said she did, but I just have a feeling she really didn't understand it. In my opinion, I'm going to be honest with you, this is just the way I feel. I feel like it's harder to raise a black daughter than a black son. Take it how you want to take it. And when I say that, I mean more as a white woman, not black woman raising. I'm saying as a white woman, I feel like it's harder to take on a black woman. Because I just feel like there are so many more nuances that comes with being a black woman in America. Now, granted, I feel like in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to the police and our system, I feel like we are neck and neck in the same, black women and black men. But I do feel like there can be so much more nuances, because there's already so many more nuances growing up as a woman, first of all. Like, we already have to deal with the men in general. But then as a black woman, we have to deal with black men, each other, white women. Like, it becomes a lot more. I think the way the racism comes out is still as sinister. Because I do feel like a lot of white women will see black men as a prize that they can try to take. And I feel like some white men get into the habit of thinking that same way about white women. And it becomes, instead of a wedding or a union out of love, it becomes a union out of the closer I get to whiteness is better, or the closer I get to blackness is better, vice versa type of a thing. So I just feel like there's so many more nuances that comes into it. I do feel like our hair can be more of a sensitive subject than it can be for black men. I just feel like I don't know, and I'm not really trying to say like it's easier one way or the other, because I also don't really like that argument or that conversation as much. But I just do feel like because of the complication that already comes as us being women, add on to that being black, it gets a little bit more murkier in the waters, if that makes any sense. So, the mom does seem skittish about it. And so the mom says that her fear is that people feel so desperate that they pick anyone but not understand what they're really taking on, which is what I just kind of went over. Then they get into like this really interesting conversation about how like the social workers actually like talk to you. Like, so basically you get a very extensive questionnaire when you're about to adopt a child. And you check like, do I want a kid with disabilities? Do I want a kid of a different race? Do I want a kid whose parents have been addicted to cocaine or whatever, yada, yada, yada. And you check off those complications that could be in a child, which of those are you okay with or not okay with, whichever way it goes. So she said that, the white lady, Kristen Davis, she said that for her personally, it just felt unfair to exclude any kid at all. So then when they do your house, I'm gonna say inspection or whatever, while they're doing that, the social worker will ask you questions like, will you take on a black child? Okay, you want to take on a black child? So how will you learn about that child's culture, and how will you include that in their life and be as inclusive as possible to their background? And I thought that was very interesting that she said that they do that. And she said that, like, the social worker can also pretty much, like, no, I don't think this person should have a mixed race child or should have a black child or Asian child. So they asked them that regard, like, if you adopt an Asian child, how will you incorporate their backgrounds into your family and stuff like that. And then she said she had to take a course that was very expensive, and the course even went to black, like African American, and even went to hair and everything. And she said that's when she started to kind of learn, like, more and more about how, like, our hair is not just our hair, like, our hair is like a bonding moment, and she was like, I can't just, like, go send my child to go get their hair done. Look, I will. But she said she can't. Child, please. My child screams when I do her hair, though, so go. You want your grandma to do it? You want Miss, you got a lady at church to do it? You want them to do it? They can go do your hair. I ain't got time for it. My kid literally screams when it comes to even be taking a ponytail of her hair. But I do think that's really dope that she said that she was, like, learning how to do everything herself. Hey, girl, that makes you talented. What? But she was saying, like, she can't just send her child to go get twists or go get braids or whatever. Like, she needs to be equipped on how to do it as well. And she also said the birth mother picked her to be raised by her. So then Jada Pinkett Smith's mom asks, how has raising black children made you more aware of white privilege? And she said, you absolutely do not fully understand. There's no way you could. It's one thing to be watching it, and it's another when it's your child. And then she goes to the story of, like, when her daughter was just a baby, people would come up to her and be like, wow, she's going to be such a great basketball player one day. So it seems like just, like, those different nuances really opened her up to, like, the ignorant things that people can say. And, you know, sometimes ignorance really does come out of innocence and not knowing better. But sometimes that is because you just are ignorant. And I think that's an ignorant thing to say. She'll be a basketball player one day just because she's darker. Now, that was an ignorant comment. But it does really go to show how people see us. How people see, like, a lot of times I feel like a lot of people think that our main worth is in our physicality, which goes back to slavery. Like, tell you, it may not sound the same as, oh, you can go pick that cotton in that field, but the roots are from that. So then she went into, like, some swinging story about, this is also why I love Red Table Talk, by the way, real quick. It's only 30 minutes. It's a nice quick bite. Like, I could watch it real quick and go do something else. I love Grapevine because Grapevine only like an hour, sometimes 2 parts. I like being in depth with that. But with Red Table Talk, I like that it's like little quick bites. So I can, like, really talk about this, and my video's almost done. Yes. But yeah, so she starts talking about this swing story. So basically, she starts talking about the fact that, like, she said, like, her daughter would just be waiting patiently for the swing, and everyone would be standing and waiting in line. And then she said that this white girl would be like, hey, girl, to her other white friend across the playground, and be like, hey, the swing is open, come on. And then, like, would get in front before her daughter can get on swing. And she said she would see it happen so repeatedly, so she went to the principal and was like, what's going on? And the principal was like, we don't see color here. Like, love is love, or whatever. The swinging story, I was like, it could be because she's black, or it could be because little girls are just little a-holes. Okay, because little kids are a-holes. But who knows? Maybe they weren't able to connect with her daughter because she was black, and they had these nuances about them and stuff like that. It's hard for me to judge kids. Like, it's really hard. Because sometimes it can be from what their parents are showing them at the house, and then sometimes it really could be an innocent type of a thing. Because kids, I do give innocence too. Now, some kids are just little son of bitches, and I probably want to kick them. But, but some kids, really just could be doing some stuff because they're just kids or a-holes. A-hole kids, who knows? But the way the principal responded, yeah. Like, we don't see color here. All right. Now my kid has got to go out your school. And look, she got money. She got coin. So, hey, guess what? We're taking our money, my child, and going elsewhere. Deuces. Charlemagne the God talks a lot about how, like, he went to purposely find a school that didn't just have more black kids, but have more Asian, more Latino, just like all type of kids from all different backgrounds, and also different teachers who have different backgrounds. So that way his child grew up in multiple cultures, and I do think that's good. I also do think that if a child's an asshole, it could be an asshole. No matter if it's black, white, Asian, Hispanic. If people could be assholes, it could be you know what I'm saying? So if the parents are assholes, they're going to still be assholes. But you have a better chance of running into less of the KKK assholes when you put them in diverse schools. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway. But she said, like, that whole situation, like, really, like, lit her ass. Well, she didn't say it, but I'm paraphrasing. But it pretty much, like, lit a fire on her ass to, like, let me go find better surroundings for my child. And then she said, like, well, the mom was saying, when people, like, say, like, oh, love is love, we don't see color here, they think they're being liberal. And I was like, that's so true. People think they being woke as fuck when they say that shit. We don't see color. You can be purple for all I care. Well, look. Ursula's purple, not black, for y'all who didn't know. So see some color. I want y'all to see my melanin. Thank you. So then she starts talking about some stuff she's done. Like, she's built an she pretty much has built like a support group. Like, not built, but like she's pretty much connected with other black moms in order to, like, know more. And I think that's very important. And I honestly, like, just hearing her talk, I don't think she knew what she was really getting into when she first got into it. But I think that she is someone who has learned as she's grown with having kids. And I do definitely think that she is somebody who should figure out how she can be an advocate and even have a part in helping in her local area when it comes to white families adopting black kids or even other race kids. I think her knowledge in this area, and she should do it with a black woman, and they together should educate people who are wanting to do this or whatever. So she also talks about how, like, she got her son. She said her daughter was like, I want a brother who looks like me. Now, this I really did like, because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, so her as the only, black kid in her family, in a way, it's kind of just her in a way. Like, no matter what, in the day, like, she's gonna know that's her family and love her, because I do think that family transcends blood. But at the same time, there are probably gonna be those little reminders that this is not her biological family, and that could have some effects on her. So I do think that it's really dope that she decided to adopt another black kid and a black son, so that way it's them together growing up, if that makes any sense. Like, at the end of the day, like, she's gonna have that familiarity with somebody else, and also know that she's not the only one in her family. So I do really appreciate that she did that. So Jada's closing, she said, my attitude was going against the thing I was fighting. Exclusion, racism. Love is love. We, as black or white parents, are challenged just knowing how to love. And I think that on a grand scale, yes, Jada's right. I think on an American scale, Jada, you're wrong. I'm just being honest. I agree with the mom, and I think, like, we all have every bit of reason to be skeptical and have skepticism when it comes to white people adopting black kids, because we have seen sometimes they be treating them like they purses. I was working a wedding once, and this little black boy, he was adopted by, like, and I'm sorry to be a little stereotypical, but by these kind of like hillbilly, like oversized two white people. And at the wedding, the dad was like, rub his head to somebody else, you'll get good luck. Lord Jesus, it took everything in my power, in my blood, not to go off on that mother. Oh, because that was really messed up to say. And if you don't know what that stems from, go look it up. Go look up what rubbing a black person's head means. Go look it up. I ain't getting into it. Go educate yourself if you don't know what it is. But that really triggered me when I, like, to hear that in person, in my flesh and my blood. I was working with this other girl who at the time was like one of my friends, and me and her just looked at each other, and it was a Real Housewives of Potomac moment. Like, did he just say that? Literally, I wish I could have the portion. Who said that? Like, just everywhere in my life. Like, I need to push a button. That and the white dude meme that goes, yeah. But, just hearing that in person, just, So, to clarify, make sure I'm clear, I'm totally okay with white people adopting black kids. I'm not okay with everybody adopting black kids. That's white. I'm also not okay with everyone adopting kids. But having a home is very important. Is it the most important? I think that's up to you as a person. So that's my review of the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. And my question to you guys is, do you feel like other races should adopt other races' children if no one else is adopting that child? Do you feel like it should be first come served to maybe a black family? Do you think that our system's so overloaded that they can't even think about that and it's first come first serve? Do you think that, I don't know, I have another question. Oh, what do you think about black parents adopting white kids? Or do you think that we should only focus on adopting black kids? I'm very curious to know what y'all think out here in these YouTube streets. And because I haven't said it, I'm going to say it now. Please like, comment with some answers. Come on, let's talk. Let's have a little chit-chatty in the box. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm pointing to my vagina. But yeah, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to be making sure I keep rolling out the content. I'm a new dog in these streets, but I'm excited and I love recording these. So, alright. Peace out, guys.